Spartans! What is your profession?
You're such a nerd.
Oh, we're the land of the free, the home of the brave. Through the storms we rise, through the winds we wave. We stumbled, we fall, but still we stand. There's no better place than this promised land.
From the mountains high to the prairie's edge, to the rivers wide where the eagles pledge. This is the land that holds our dreams, a patchwork quilt with golden seams.
The small town streets, the city lights, the mountain peaks, the starry nights. We've got our scars, but that's the truth. A story of strength in the land of youth.
Oh, we've got our scars, but we wear them proud. Through the darkest nights we've never bowed. No storm can break what's built so strong. This is our home, where we all belong.
Fields of amber, skies are blue. Every hand here has work to do. We stumble, fall, but we rise again. This is the heartland where hope won't end.
Oh, we've got our scars, but we wear them proud. Through the darkest nights we've never bowed. No storm can break what's built so strong. This is our home, where we all belong. Through trials deep, through fires and rain, we stand as one. Endure the pain, our spirits fierce. Our hearts are free, forever strong. Our destiny.
So here's to the future, bright and true. We'll carry the torch for me and you. United we are through thick and thin. In this great nation we always win.
Oh, we've got our scars, but we wear them proud. Through the darkest nights we've never bowed. No storm can break what's built so strong. This is our home, where we all belong. From the rivers wide to the desert sands, we've built our dreams. With these two hands we might bend, but we never break. A spirit of hope no storm can take.
I'm not their echo, I'm my own sound. My roots in the earth, my head unbound. They whisper and judge, but I'm not their clay. I mold my tomorrow, I'm done with today. I walked away from their parade. Their words like stones that ricochet. They call me lost, but I am found on this quiet road where I'm unbound. I walked away through the quiet of the storm. Their voices loud, but my soul felt warm. They point their fingers, call me the stray, but I found my freedom when I walked away, yeah.
I walked away from their parade. Their words like stones that ricochet. They call me lost, but I am found on this quiet road where I'm unbound. I walked away through the quiet of the fray. Their voices loud, but my soul felt warm. They point their fingers, call me the stray, but I found my freedom when I walked away. They try to shame the soul that strays. When you carve your path, they turn away. An outsider's heart beats loud and clear. No chains can hold what's free from fear.
Their dreams aren't mine, they never fit. A puzzle forced, it just won't click. I see the world through my own eyes, not filtered through their scripted lies.
Their dreams were cages I couldn't call home. I saw
grown strong in this thin air. The crowd may roar, but I won't bend. My road's my own until the end. They call me the outsider for chasing my flame. Their rules and their boxes I refuse to claim. I won't be a shadow, I'll carve my own way. They can try to shame me, but I won't obey. They call me the outsider for chasing my flame. Their rules and their boxes I refuse to claim. I won't be a shadow, I'll carve my own way. They can try to shame me, but I won't obey.
They try to shame the soul that strays. When you carve your path, they turn away. An outsider's heart beats loud and clear. No chains can hold what's free from fear.
So call me the outsider if that's what I'll be. I'd rather be lost if it means I'm free. Their maps are for them, I'll chart my own sea. I walked away, now I'm finally me.
I told you that I was planning on going live today on 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Hopefully everyone is doing absolutely phenomenal, enjoying the freedom, the beautiful freedom that we have in this beautiful, beautiful country. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone is doing absolutely phenomenal. I am doing great. I am excited to be here. We had so much fun yesterday. We got so much work done, but I was like, you know what? We're not done yet. We are not done yet. We still have to get through 2 more. And well, we have to get through the podcast flow that we started on Tuesday, right? But then we need to finish up the flow that I commandeered from that person on X, and hopefully it made it better, because guess what? I am a token fiend. Hello, my name is Seco Trout, and I have a problem. I am a token fiend. It's true. So we are going to and you guys remember we were onto DigitalOcean yesterday, installed a droplet. They call it a droplet. And this, you see, do you see how we continue to learn new things every single day? I had never, ever used DigitalOcean before. I always heard about it, never used it. Within like 5 minutes after signing up for $6 a month, I can use N8N from wherever I want. The Mac Mini did not show up to work on, and it turns out it didn't show up to work on like Monday and on Tuesday. No call, no show. I thought everything was working. Nothing. So now the Mac Mini has been put on. Look, when your employees don't show up, you can either cry about it or you can replace them, all right? I'm just saying. I am just saying.
I was gonna lie to you, but I had to tell the truth. I'm just being honest.
I am just being. Give me a second. Let me get Nightbot right for a second here. Let's sort here, because I know Nightbot is gonna start acting up on me. Let me see. Where are you? Let me go to. Let me fix this real quick. Stream captivity. Let's do that. Boom. Alrighty, that's taken care of. All right, cool. Just wanted to take care of that. All right, so. Now we have. I can access N8N from anywhere in the world. I'm going to. So the goal for today. Here's what I want to do today. I want to transfer over the 2 flows that I have on the Mac Mini. So I'm going to log into the Mac Mini, copy those flows over, and that'll be last, because I can do that on my own. The core of today is going to be finishing up the podcast flow, and then we want to finish up the marketing flow that we started yesterday, that we commandeered from X. All right, so that's the plan. But before we get into doing that work, let me tell you guys again, very, very happy Independence Day to you guys. It's one of my favorite holidays of the whole entire year. And you know what happens on holidays for me? On holidays, I am so excited. I am so thankful that we live in the United States of America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, that I use my freedom to do some more work all day, every day. It's true. It is true. I just love to work.
Freaking awesome!
It's true. It's true. So we are going to continue with all the work that we're doing. We do have software expirations at noon today. So I'm gonna drop this. We're gonna end the show. Maybe we're gonna end the show the latest 11:30, 11:45. Jump over to software expirations, and then I have a coaching call that we're going always working. We're always open for business, right? Coaching call, helping with some automation, all this good stuff. Some more stuff to get into as we get into the show. Some different topics, some different insights that I saw. So we'll go from there, right? So we want to finish the marketing flow, finish up the podcast, and if we have time, we'll copy over the X flow. All right. Let me take care of some housekeeping. So first and foremost, I want to say a big thank you to all of the subscribers to the channel, those who are brand new to the channel, those who just found me, however it is that you found me, and those who have been with me for a very, very long time. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you for allowing me to add value into your lives.
I appreciate you.
And shout out to all of the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon members, those who are like, because I'm getting new people, those who are brand new, who just signed up, who are allowing me to add additional value. Shout out to my Tech Barbarians. Shout out to you guys. I work with them one-on-one. Shout out to my Tech Prodigy. I also work with them one-on-one. Shout out to the Technical Explorers. They are working so hard, I see them in Discord, strategizing and learning AI, building things out. So shout out to every last one of you. We are the best.
We the best.
And shout out to my Tech Mercenaries. Those are the YouTube channel members who allow me to come and add value to the entire world. YouTube has access to billions and billions of people, and I am just glad to have a small opportunity. Just even if I'm touching thousands, it is more than enough for me. So shout out to my Tech Mercenaries who allow me to be here. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
With that being said, if you have not done so already, do me a big favor, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, go to techcoachralph.dev. All of that will help support my token fiendom. I'm addicted to tokens. Hello, my name is Tech Coach Ralph, and I have a problem. I am a token fiend. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It is what it is. I fumbled like 2 or 3 tokens yesterday. It was so bad. I was hurt. I was disorganized. But it is what it is. We'll get into that a little bit, all right? But some additional housekeeping. Captivity album is out and about in all the streaming platforms. Let me drop a link to the chats for it. Go ahead and check it out. It is available on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music. I listened to it on YouTube Music this morning. Oh my God. I'm going to make a video talking about my motivation. And it comes from so many different places. But I get motivation from my AI music that I create. Like, it really puts me into the mindset of working, because they're my thoughts, they're my ideas, they're my true feelings, my true beliefs, and it's just in musical form. And I'll tell you this. Here's the truth. All right. Here's the truth. The only reason that I put my albums on the streaming platforms is so that I can easily access them on YouTube Music. And if you guys like them, great. But I love them. So it's mainly for me. I paid money to distribute it just so I can listen to it wherever, whenever I want. So shout out to me.
Freaking awesome.
I am freaking awesome. All right. I am freaking awesome. Okay. Other announcements. 25% off on all merch at merch.techwithdrop.dev. It is the 4th of July sale. So I'm going to go place myself a big order as soon as I'm done with the show. Actually, maybe not as soon as I'm done because I have meetings and stuff like that. But I'm going to place myself a very big order because there's a lot of merch for myself that I want to get that I have not gotten yet. So if you're interested, if you're a token fiend, if you are a token fiend like me, go and get your merch. Get your token fiend merch. Like this hat right here. Like this hat. Token fiend. Hello, my name is Sicko Ralph, and I have a problem. I am a token fiend. It's true. It's true. It's true. That's just me. That is just me, all right? And last news, sad news, is I do not anticipate being live next week just because I presume that I'm going to have terrible internet, a lot of noise and stuff like that. So it will not be the bestest atmosphere to live stream the stuff that we do. If I am able to live stream, it'll just probably be like talking, and maybe if I can live stream, I'll live stream working through my tokens. I don't know, but it does not look very promising for next week, but we'll have all the other videos. We're going to have our candid conversations. We're going to have our software expirations. It's going to be a really, really good software expirations. Trust me. And then we're going to have our episode of the bug bite. All right. So those are the quick announcements. Those are the housekeepings for this week. All right. So let me check the chat real quick, and then we will get to work. You know how we do. We love to work. So let's see what we got going on. We got my guy Wave Nerd in the building. Wave Nerd says, blessings to all. Have a great day. Token fiends getting to the AI bag.
Money. Hey.
It's true. We do what we do. You know, we do what we do. We do what we do. There are 0 days off. 0 days off, right? We are always working. We are always winning. You know, I'm gonna change the lights a little bit. I haven't done this in a while with the lights. Let me see. I want the lights of. Let's have some fun today. And let's do that one. All right, let's do these lights for today. You know, I haven't messed with the lights in a while, so we're gonna do this for today, all right? So let's get to it. So and token I almost call him token nerd. Waver says Tech will drop with the fire. Let's go. All right. So let's start off with these. I want to talk about this real quick, right? So last night I lost a token. I lost a couple of lovable credits because I mismanaged my time. I had a friend that I haven't seen in maybe over 2 years stop by, and I was showing them some of the stuff that I've been doing on Lovable and stuff like that. They are a graphic designer, and I was like, oh, you know, you can do a lot with AI, and I did not pay attention to the time, and I had like 3 tokens left, so I actually fumbled like 4. Oh my god, I actually fumbled like 4 tokens. It was bad. It was bad. So here's what happened, right? With 3 tokens left, at 7:59, I send the request. However, in the processing of the request, it didn't finish until like 8:04, where the re-up app happens around like 8:01, and then that caused me to use one of the credits that were supposed to be on the re-up. So I flushed like 4. I almost flushed like 4 tokens down the toilet. It was bad. It was bad. I majorly fumbled, but it's my fault. It is my fault. I should have been more prepared. I should have made sure that I was just trying to troubleshoot stuff that was happening. Yeah, last night was rough. I did so much troubleshooting until I finally figured out what the issue was, and things are working now. And I'll tell you this, the issue was not, because I'll be on Reddit. And I'll see a lot of people complaining about the way that, like, because these people, they don't know whether they don't know what they're doing on these platforms. So then they start complaining about the platform when it's not the platform, it's the person using the platform who doesn't. So they just so you expect, you not knowing anything, that the platform is gonna like know, like you need to have some skin in the game. Because you're like, oh, have anybody done a full application that's actually useful? I'm like, yeah, I see Wave Nerd all the time building useful applications. He built a whole quiz, all these different things. And I'm like, I've built like 4 different things in a month. Like, come on. And they're like, oh, it's not functional. I'm like, I've built full stack applications on this. But that's because I come from an engineering background, so I know how to read errors. I know how to read SQL errors. I know how to, like, yesterday, yesterday, I was like, oh, these network calls look inefficient. It's just they're doing the same call over and over again. We need to clean it up. And my junior engineer is like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Let me go ahead and modify it. And now it's performing a lot better. I found so many issues, figured out what I was doing wrong as well in some configuration for the backend of the app. And I went ahead and I took care of that. So it is not just, it is not like, you can't, trusting in an AI coding platform, where they're using Cursor, where they're using make.com, where they're using Lovable, where they're using Devon, putting 100% trust in it is stupid. It's just stupid, because you don't put 100% trust in a human being. Why would you put 100% trust in something that a human being created? So the reason that I treat Lovable, Devon, whatever, the same way I would treat any software engineer: trust but verify. Like, we're working towards a particular outcome, but I'm still going to be testing it. I'm always testing, and I'm working, like, my team is working on writing automation tests and API tests and unit tests around how this application should function, so that things don't go haywire. Someone was asking the other day, like, how do you prevent like things from breaking? I'm like, well, you need to use, like, Lovable allows branching, Superbase allows branching. You need to have in the main branch your production code, and then create a branch. But those are all software engineering principles and practices that the common vibe coder does not have.
Bruh. Another one.
I don't know what I'm pressing. Anyways, that's why I'm like, there has to be some type of human intervention in this, all right? Anyway, so that's how I fumbled a credit yesterday. I fumbled like 4 credits. It was painful. It was painful.
Bruh. Congratulations, you played yourself.
I really did play myself. But you live and you learn. If it's 3 to 4 tokens, I might even have too many. I might have too many tokens that I need this month anyway. So I'm gonna have to start building more stuff. So working on getting these things over the line to get to the next one.
Another one.
All right. So we are going to get to work. All right, we're gonna get to work. Let me check the chat really quick. Wave Nerd says the update does cost more now on Lovable. I told you. I mean, it's supposed to be quote unquote better. I haven't tested it enough yet to see if it's better, because I don't want to fumble these tokens, right? Because, tell me if I'm wrong, Wave Nerd, you put a basic prompt, now it's taking like 1.2 credits as opposed to the 1 credit that he always used to take. And what's gonna happen, which this is how they always get you, right? This is how they get you to be an addict. They go ahead and they raise the price when you're addicted, and you cannot refuse. You cannot refuse.
Hey, a wise guy, eh?
That's how they're wise guys. They're wise. So now, like, when you look at your subscription services, they just say, "Oh, we're raising the price now. We're raising the price now." You're like, oh, I can't live without Netflix. I can't live without Amazon Prime. I can't live without YouTube Premium, because I'm not watching commercials. I'm not watching ads, right? That's how they get you. That is how they get you. All right. Let me see. We got my guy Rod Brown in the building. What's up, brother Rod Brown? How are you doing? Says happy Independence Day, everyone. Happy Independence Day to you as well, brother Rod Brown. So happy to have you in the building. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right, let me get the right banner up for today's show. We have, let me see, what do we have? What do we have? We will use, here's this one. Let's use big, beautiful, N-A-N. Big, beautiful. There we go. Boom. All right. We are ready to get to work, right? We're ready to get to work. Let's go ahead and get that banner down. Let's go with boom. Big, beautiful N8N workflows. So last night or yesterday afternoon, we had used DigitalOcean to install N8N on there, so now I can access it from anywhere. And then we also put Manus to the test, where we asked Manus to take this workflow that I found on X and regenerate it, but make it even better. Oh, but I want the same thing. I want better. So we are going to start off with the podcast workflow, and then we will go into the marketing workflow. Right. So I'm going to do two things. Crap. I'd have to open up Docker. Well, we're going to start over. We are going to start over. Let me go to, all right, let me pull up so I'm going to put up a 20-minute timer.
It's time to do.
Just to keep track of what we're doing in a much better way. But let's see. Let's go to here. And all right, so I am just going to take the flow from Manus again, because for me, we're just going to start over, because for me to be able to actually have it downloaded, in order for me to be able to, so I'm going to go to my new N8N workflow. And in order for me to just import the old one that I was doing, I would have to start up Docker locally. And I don't feel like doing that. It's going to be a mess. So we're going to do import from file. And we're going to go to downloads, and we're going to say enhanced. We're going to have everything here, and we're going to say, so I need to add the credentials for Perplexity. Let's call this what? Okay, Perplexity. And what am I creating? Oh yeah, I'm creating. All right, so we'll call this I don't know, do I have Perplexity in that one? I don't think so. All right, so let's see, Gemini. And the way that I got my subdomain to work for N8N, I use Google Gemini to do that. Google Gemini walked me through setting it up on DigitalOcean and adding an SSL certificate. It was a piece of cake. How do I add the Perplexity credentials to N8N? So I just need to see the details So I have my Perplexity API key. Okay. Configuring Perplexity node in your workflow. Select credential. All right, so all right, configure. Go to community nodes. Oh, you can install nodes like that? All right, hold on. I did not know that you could do that. So let me try that. You learn something new every day. Close. So where do I do that? Oh, they have Perplexity in here. Maybe there's a new version. Oh snap! I didn't know they had that. Create new credentials, API key. All right. Oh sweet. That is awesome. All right. This because in my other. Let me see something real quick. I don't think they have it in my other one. So this is the other one. Don't really know this one. Okay. So if I go to, so I need to copy this workflow, and this workflow, but I will do that after. I'm just curious if they have a Perplexity one in here. Oh, why can't I find that before? I don't know. That's weird. But API key. All right, where is my API keys? All right, whatever. So let me go find this Perplexity key. All right. Save. All right. Sweet. So Perplexity is up and running. It turns so if we can just use a Perplexity node, why do we need to use this HTTP node? Right? So what if I add a Perplexity node to the canvas? Messenger model, Perplexity account, Messenger model, Sonar, and let's get rid of this one. But let's go here. So if I call this one get economic data, and I say and that was all right. So now if we go back to, we're gonna need this, just recreating it a bit. View our files, and we go to enhance Perplexity initial. So I can copy the system context, and I go, if I open this one up and I say system context is this, add a message. And if you're not familiar with the system context, the user context, and the assistant context, well, that's why you should join us on the morning shows, because we are learning AI large language model engineering, right? But the system context is what you want, the role that you want, the role that you want the your large language model to take, right? So I am going to delete this. I'm going to delete that. Oh, and delete that. This is going to go over here. Can I disable this? Let me see. Disable that. That's going to go here. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. And I don't think anything special is happening out of this one. Because if you can use, for me, if I can use, if I don't have to use the HTTP nodes, then trust me, I'm not going to use them, right? So let's try this one out. Execute step. Let's see if we get a result out of that. Bada bing, bada boom. Tell you, I am a token fiend. All right. So we have the data, right? We have the data. Now let's parse. Let's see how it comes in through. All right, we have our data. Now we're going to parse through our economic data. Let's try to execute this step. And we are good on that front. So now so this has to loop to itself. If you guys remember, I remember that from last time. Boom. And I think we can just do that. Loop branch item, bada bing, bada boom. We go over here, deep dive research. So this is also going to be another perplexity. So I'm going to add me another perplexity node. It's so much easier when you have it's so much easier when you have the actual node for it. Instead of like trying to do it through an HTTP call, that's a mess. Doing it through an HTTP call is a mess. All right. But we're gonna see. Wait a second. What? Get rid of that. What's going on here? What in the world? Why is this here? Let's get rid of this. I don't know why that's there. All right, let's go back and add our perplexity node. All right, so we should have, all right, we have a standalone. We are going to say message sonar, and we're going to say, this is deep, all right, I can just copy from here, deep dive research, right? So we're gonna go here. We're going to look for deep dive research. And the content of the system prop, who we want our model to identify as, right? Say system, add a message, user, and it's going to be that one right there. So that's what the user's putting in. No input connected, that's correct. So now we can get rid of that one. That goes here, that goes there. This is allegedly going to go here. And this would be called, what was the name of that one? Deep dive, all right, let me copy that over. Deep dive research. Let's go here. We're going to call that deep dive research. Drag it up over here. I'm going to delete all these at the end if this ends up working. Go here. And JSON.name is undefined. All right, so we want JSON.name is undefined. What are my expectations here? I have this. All right. Let's see. We got SSB Rain in the building over on the Twitch side of the game. What's up, SSB Rain? How are you doing? Hopefully you are doing phenomenal. All right. So I need to take, but this has to be the, this needs to be the loop. Let me see if I was to take. Let's see if I was to take this right here. See, but see how it puts that 0 in there, and I need that 0 to be. Maybe that's why they had. Let me see. Is that why they had this? So process each indicator. When you're done, all right, so I'm going to ask, let me see, what should the deep dive research node, make sure how many, let me know how many tokens I have. Hold on. Oh, it's not too bad. Oh, and on Manus, whenever you give them feedback on how the prompt did, they shoot you some extra credits as well. So shout out to Manus on that front. All right, we are going to look at, go back one. Deep dive node be connected to. Actually, no. Let me check the deep dive node. Do I want to check it? Hold on. What should? Oh, okay, that's the picture I sent. What should the deep dive research node be connected to? I am looping. So, let me send the picture, right? This is what I'm currently doing. Actually, I won't. No. This one does not need to be here. But I attached a picture of what I'm currently doing. I don't see how to get the research node to research each item that was separated in the loop. All right, let's see what that comes up with. I try to use my tokens in every single platform. And although they do get me addicted, although I do get addicted to my tokens, but I am also so very productive. It's like a limitless pill.
Freaking awesome!
It is.
You're such a nerd.
I know. And guess what? I am proud to be such a nerd. All right, so let's see. So you need. Oh, okay. So it's telling us that the flow is correct, but here's how the split in batches work. Your connection looks right. The key understanding is the split in batches process one indicator at a time through the entire chain before looping back. Here's the complete flow you need. parse economic indicators, process each indicator, split into batches, process each indicator, then to deep dive, deep research, generate relatable examples, break down the number, breakdown, combine indicator analysis, process each indicator, loop back. Then all indicators are processed. When done, aggregate all content. So process each output one indicator at a time, not all at once. That single indicator flows through so deep dive, examples, number, combine. Then it loops back to the next indicator. Okay, what you're missing, you need to combine the combined indicator analysis node back to the loop input of process each indicator. So I guess they were right the way that they had it, right? Maybe when I import, all right, so this one needs to loop back to that one. So, and I'm here, let's change the name of this one. Oops. Let's go there. And then if we go here, why is it? So I'm gonna say
lunch break.
Is there another deep dive research? Oh, okay, that's why this one. All right, I'll figure that out. I'll say this to Manus though. When I am in the deep dive research node, this is saying undefined. How can I ensure, or what code would I use to ensure it properly gets the... Before I even send that, right? Let me just try it, because sometimes it might actually work. Let me just try it. So execute. See if I get an error or if it works. Did it work? See, it didn't pass it through. It didn't pass it through. All right, so we're gonna say after that, we will take a quick little break, and then we will get back at it. Have about hour, 15 minutes, hour and a half left before we got to wrap it up. So the issue is how the data is being referenced from the split. Let me help you fix a JSON body for the deep dive research node. So this reminds me of that's what it is. So this reminds me of speaking to little Reggie yesterday. Shout out to little Reggie. Like totally transformed the dynamic and power of the show yesterday. But the whole Google versus Manus that we did, that was awesome. The reason that I'm using Manus for this is because Manus has context to exactly what we're trying to build. So let me go. Oh, I can just copy this right here. Let's copy that. Let's see if it's going to work. Let's go here. Go here. still saying undefined though. But shout out, look at this. Shout out to little Reggie. I was just like, oh man, he has somebody on the show, and then he just pops up out of nowhere. Shout out to little Reggie.
Freaking awesome.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Process each indicator first. JSON. Do we need JSON? Why is it undefined? What if I take this right here, and instead of this, I would say they do have first. So what's the difference between what I copied the first time? So is it the process each indicator that you didn't like? All right, whatever. Get rid of that one. But this is how we figure things out, though. This is how we figure things out. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Hello, my name is Teco Trout, and I have a problem. I am a token fiend.
You're such a nerd.
It's true. It's true. It's true. All right. We have that. Let's go ahead and execute that. Let me tell you another thing, right? I went to check in on my Perplexity API credits that I had. I had signed up for Perplexity back in, or I had got the API tokens back in March. And we are in, I'd paid $15 for API credits, right? We are in July now, and I still had a $10 balance. I was like, that is crazy. I mean, I don't use Perplexity like overly crazy like that, but I thought these tokens, they actually do last you a long time. And I'm trying to figure, so one thing I'm trying to figure out is pricing. I'm trying to figure out how to price my applications that use AI. But it seems like these tokens are going to are like our tokens. It doesn't seem like it's that expensive, depending on the platform that you're using and what you're using it for. Like if you're using it for images, that can be pretty pricey, but we'll see. Because I don't think I've re-upped OpenAI's tokens in a while. So, all right. So let's stop here. Let's stop here. So this is working. Let's stop here, and then we're going to go to OpenAI over here. But let's stop here. Let me go to full screen. And we are building our big, beautiful N8N workflows. All right. So let's put this banner up. Our happy Independence Day to all of you beautiful, beautiful people out here. I am so thankful to be an American, to live in this country. I'm just saying. That's just me. That is just me. So proud, so thankful. All right, so here's what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about real quick is, so you remember I told you guys I had to drop off the show yesterday because I could have kept going like till who knows what time, right? But when I don't set a timer, I can just go on and on and on unless I have imminent meeting coming afterwards. But what I want to talk to you about is, you never know how someone will find you. You never know. What do I mean by that? So I get on the call yesterday, and it was a great conversation, sharing about like the way that I work, what they're looking into. A very fascinating person that I spoke to, right? Very bright future. And then they said, "Oh, do you know how I found you?" I'm like, "No, how did you?" Because I'm just like, I don't know, maybe you saw a YouTube video. He's like, "Oh, let me reach out," right? The person I spoke to yesterday said, "I found you on Reddit." I'm like, "On Reddit? How'd you find?" And it's crazy because I've been going, like, I stopped posting on Reddit for a very long time, just because you can't really like inside of those subreddits. A lot of the moderators, they're kind of like jerks, for lack of a better word. They don't let you like promote your stuff. So like, I'm not gonna be spending all this time answering all these questions and stuff like that. But they said I'm like, find me on Reddit, because I would like give thoughtful, engaging answers on Reddit, but it's just like normally I use Reddit from my phone, and it's just a mess, right? So yeah, I found you on Reddit, and you were talking about this and that and how you do this and that. And I said, oh, let me do my research. And they said, then they went and looked me up on YouTube. And I'm like, wow, they must have seen a really, really old Reddit thread that I commented on for them to do all that research. And then they left me a comment on YouTube. And then I said, okay, I said, email me. They emailed me right away. They emailed me. And then I sent them the link to book a consultation. We had a consultation, great conversation. But the point is you never know how people will find you. I've had like some of my oldest videos which had terrible quality. And as you can see, right, I am very, very big on quality, because I mean, after all, I am a senior career engineer. But I'm very big on production. Like, so whatever I get my hands on, so if it's like quality of building a vibe coded application, I am laser focused, right? If it is quality of a live stream, if it's quality of video production, I am laser focused. So it's just, so for me, I'm like, I really care about the quality, but I know what people really, really need though is the content, the information. And that's why I try to present this information in an easy to understand way, in a very down to earth way, in a very fun way, because if you cannot keep their attention, then it's going to be over. It is going to be over. So the point is, you don't know where people will come across. So like, you can, that's why you always have to be yourself and let people rock with you. Like, don't be crashing out. Don't try to be something or someone that you are not. Be yourself. If you're an outsider, be an outsider. You guys heard the intro song. I am an outsider. I am an outsider. I walk in my own lane. I walk to the beat of my own drum. I stand my ground. All right. Let me check a couple of comments really, really quick. We have Lil Reggie. Shout out to Miss Freckles who got Little Reggie on the first show. I was struggling yesterday. I was like, Little Reggie. It was so bad.
Bruh.
And Miss Freckles, who hasn't been here in a while, shows me up like, it's Little Reggie. I'm like, and he's like, yep, totally. I'm like, what are you talking? You don't know what you're talking about. She's like, yep, totally right. I'm like, oh my God. But shout out to Little Reggie. Says, we here. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We got Wave Nerd saying, token rich. We are token rich. Yeah, I wish. I don't know if Rod Brown is still here. Do you think that was the last on that plate incident? Was that the laugh? All right. We got over on the Twitch side of the game, we got Jost3251. Hello, how are you? My headphones are broke today, so you can reply me in the chat. Ask, do you stream every day? I will reply in the chat. I stream almost every day. I stream just about every day. Usually not Friday or Saturday, but Sunday. I'll just say I normally stream Sunday to Thursday. Today is a holiday, so I'm streaming. Saturdays are usually special private Patreon events. Boom. There you go. All right. Let's see that. So that's everything. I responded as requested in the chat, and I'll even put it up for you what I responded. I normally stream Sunday to Thursday. Today's a holiday, so I'm streaming. Saturdays are usually special private Patreon events. If you're not in the Patreon, that is your bad if you're not in the Patreon. I'm just saying. And in the Patreon, if you sign up for free, you can join the live sessions. But I put the replays, like when I upload it, I put those for members, for paid tiered members only. So if you sign up for free, you can join our live sessions. But if you want to watch the whole thing on replay, you have to be a tiered paying member. Right? And John says, "Oh, nice. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you get your headphones fixed. And I'll actually write that in the chat too. Let's see. We will see. All right, cool. So, but yeah, so all I was saying is always be ready. Always be in business mind, right? If you're not willing to say something to acquire, to seal a deal, then it's not worth saying at all, right? Business minded 100% of the time. Focus. Don't put yourself in places that you do not need to be. All right? Let's go out there and get it.
Let's get it.
It says, and also, are you from America? 100%. I am from the beautiful, beautiful land of America. Yes. I am from and in America. USA. All right. Let's continue. Time is of the essence. Let's get back to work, okay? I'm going to throw up another 20-minute timer on here.
Let's go!
Big, beautiful workflows. Thank you very much. All right, so we are going to take on the generating relatable examples. We're going to use OpenAI for this one. So I'm going to say OpenAI. We're going to say messenger model. And we need to set up our credentials for OpenAI. Let me go and find me an OpenAI key. OpenAI key. I'll tell you guys this too. If I didn't have to work like a day job, then I'll just be working, streaming, learning this stuff and building these workflows out and running it up all day, every day. I'll be streaming almost 24/7 if I didn't have I would just come off stream to go to jiu-jitsu and for coaching calls, but I would be working all the time. And that Jal says, by the way, is this your passion? Yes, it is. Let's go with that. All right, let me go and get my key. Where art thou, O faithful OpenAI token? Let's take that. All right, let's go with that. Save. And we are good to go. All right, perfect. That's why I like using these. That's why I like using the actual nodes, because they know exactly how they need to configure themselves. I wonder why when you use ChatGPT, OpenAI, when I use OpenAI, when you use Gemini, when you use Perplexity, why they don't just use that actual node and they use the HTML node. So messenger model, we're going to say, let's see. we're going to use message model, and we're going to say choose the model. We're going to use 4.0. Let's use 4.0 mini. And the prompt that we're going to use, we're going to go over here, and it is going. So we have now moved on to the okay, let's move that right there. Generate relatable example. All right, let's go here. Generate relatable examples. And we're going to say, let's go to let's go to here, and we want the generate relatable examples, enhance relatable examples. Let's take that, and here's going to be our system context. And should I use Wave Nerd, GPT-4, or should I use the mini? How much? Let me see. How much is GPT-4 versus GPT-4 mini? Let's see. GPT-4 is 15 cents per million tokens. I was about to say, what? 15 cents per token? That's not gonna work for me. I'm a token fiend. Says while GPT-4 mini costs 15 cents per million tokens and 60 per million token output, whoa, GPT-4 is 5 per million. What? Too rich for my blood. Too rich for my blood. We are gonna stick with mini. Thank you very much. All right, we're gonna get that. We're gonna say this is going to be our system right here. Drop that in there, and then we're gonna add another one. We're gonna say this is gonna be the user, and it is going to be that one right there. And we're gonna copy this, and we're gonna go here. And we shall execute. All right, let's see what errors we got. What errors are we getting? Why is my preview, all right, reference node is unexecuted at an expression references the deep dive node that hasn't been executed yet. Either change the expression or rewire. All right, so let's execute that then. Oh, wait a second. Wait, what? It references what? Deep. Let's go with 1. Okay, there we go. Let's go with that. I have to change that one. Go with that. And then this one is going, let's go to execute step. Shoot, I think there's another one. No, that's the only one. All right, cool. So now problem and node generate relatable examples. What's the problem? What's the problem? Where can I see the problem though? What's the problem? What if we, you know what if for this one though, we use GPT-4? Because what if it gives us better information? Let me try. Let's go here. Let's see. I think we're almost done with this part. Let me see if I can get credentials not found. Let's go and check our credentials. Save. Credentials. Retry. It's working, right? Okay. So let's go to how would you say credentials not found? Let's see. You are an expert educator who excels at creating relatable analogies and examples for 8th grade students. Ooh, I'm gonna add this to it. Wavered, watch this. Watch this. You are an expert educator in. So I'm gonna say you're an expert educator in the field that we're going to be talking about, right? Oh. All right, let's see what we got here. So instead of doing that one in particular, so I don't want this one. Here's what I want. I want instead, I don't want from deep dive research. I want from parse economic info. I want to take the name like that. And I want it to be first. Undefined. First. Hold on. Oh, it's going to be here, I think. Indicators dot. No, not yet. Ah, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So you are an expert educator in employment who, there you go. That's what I wanted to see. Let's try that. And let's execute. I don't know if that's going to work because we have a bunch of weird code in here. Shout out to 6 Silent Men. Shout out to you.
Freaking awesome.
All right. Let me see. I think it has to do with. So one thing about N8N is I don't see a good breakdown of the error messages. But Wave Nerd, as you see, hey Rock the Scrubs Roxy in the building. What's up? How are you doing today? Hopefully you are having a beautiful, beautiful day, enjoying your day off. Also gotta check the grill. Let me see how this grill is looking over here. Got my I got a huge pork shoulder in the smoker, in the pellet grill. It's at 156. We needed to get to like 165 before we wrap it. So just keep an eye on things. All right. So we're getting what credentials are you talking about? Credentials not found. Problem and generate relatable examples. What credentials? I don't know what credentials you're talking about. Is there logs to this thing? I got an output. So, all right. Sure, let's have fun with this. Let's imagine our school has many. It looks like it's working just fine. What are you talking about? Credentials not found. All right, whatever. Oh, it's on this one. Okay. Oh my God, I was going crazy. It's on this one. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. You go. You're in timeout. You are in timeout. All right. Now we need to break down the numbers. So we're going to add another. Got me going crazy. Generate. Let's go. Open AI. Message a model. And we're going to call this break down the numbers. And let me see. Hold. And we're gonna say OpenAI, choose from. I'm gonna go back to being cheap, all right? I'm going back to being cheap. We're gonna go to 4.0 mini. And we're going to say, so what this is basically doing, first it's gonna get the data, like example of remember how we would go and get an example of how this is relatable and stuff like that, and then it's gonna actually break down the numbers after that. So we are gonna go over to and I have another idea, but well, I'm gonna show you. So now you're gonna see what we do with HeyGen. We need next enhance numbers breakdown. We're gonna copy this system content. Oh, let's copy this one first. We're gonna take this and we're gonna go to here. We're going to say here and process each indicator. So where is tag the raw text one right here. And we're gonna say sweet. Let's see if that's gonna work.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
All right, let's keep going just for a little bit more. Wait, what? Break down these economic numbers for 8th graders. Wait, where are the numbers? Where are the numbers? Is it just me or something missing? Something's not right. Oh, wait. Deep dive research. Okay. Process each indicator. Parse economic data. Where? I don't. Something is missing here. Original data. Something seems to be missing, but all right. So, but this part is going to be okay. Eventually. Let me get my system context. And let's take that. You are an expert at breaking down complex numbers for about name, about employment for 8th graders. So in my system prompt, I'm passing in what the topic is to make them an expert about that particular topic, right? However, we do have a little bit of a wrinkle in our, so we don't need this one. Let's bring that to here, deactivate that. deactivate that. But I see an issue. Content. So that's the deep dive research. So the deep dive research is okay. But where are the numbers though? All right, indicators. Let's go to indicators. We are supposed to have right, so let's go back one level to economic indicators and original data. So see, I'm not getting this data right here. So maybe we need to find a way to prompt it not to give us all right, you're getting on my nerves. You are now getting on my last nerves. Now you're banned. I'm trying to do I just said you never know where they're going to see you. I was about to go off on this person on Twitch, but keep my composure. I will keep my composure. I'm not going to go off. All right. But I'm trying to think here and do a live stream, and you keep asking me for a freaking Discord username for your stupid promotion. Sorry. All right. People are watching. Woofsa. People are watching. All right. People are watching.
Hey, a wise guy, eh?
It happens. All right. Let's go to break real quick. Let's go to do a quick break, and then we shall continue. We're getting close. All right. We're gonna finish this. So, let me see who we got in the buildings. We got. Let me see where we at. We got. Wave Nerd says, yeah. He saw Waver was like, I see what you just did there. I see what you here. We got the beautiful Rock the Scrubs Roxy in the building, says, good morning, Techotruff, and everyone, happy July 4th. Good morning, Roxy. Happy July 4th to you as well. Hopefully you are doing totally phenomenal. We have Miss Freckles in the building. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Happy 4th of July to you as well, Miss Freckles. Miss Freckles, 2 days in a row, you are on a streak.
Freaking awesome!
Let's see. Roxy says, breathe. Well, that's not really breathing. That is not breathing at all. We got my guy, me, Mysify, in the build. It took me a while to learn how to say. So, Lil Reggie, it took me a while. I had to practice how to say me, Mysify's name. I would always get it wrong. I would be struggling here on stream. We also have Favor, who I won't even try because it's just bad. But I won't even try. But we have Favor, who comes around with a tough name as well. But I can handle Lil Reggie. All right. Me, Mysify says, good morning, Ralph. The beautiful Rock the Scrubs Roxy. Wave Nerd. How about the cool Wave Nerd? Wave like the beautiful Roxy. Wave. The beautiful Miss Freckles. And the chat. Hope all is well. I mean, Wave Nerd could have had like the cool Wave Nerd, you know, the awesome Wave Nerd. I'm just messing. My goodness.
You're such a nerd.
Hey, a wise guy, eh?
All right. The last thing I want to talk about really quick before we not wrap it up, before we get back to the other aspect of building this out is based on all this work that I've been doing, right? So here's what happened yesterday. I had the call at 6. I get an email at like 5:20, right? During the show, I got an email from the person I'm supposed to meet with. This is, I see that you weren't able to make the call that I had at this time. They're in a different time zone, and you weren't able to make the call. And I'm like, I had to go check the calendar. I'm like, no, the calendar says it's at 6. And I'm like, oh no, I have it for 6. Are you still able to make it? So we still were able to do it as you heard. And I was thinking to myself, you know what? This is not the first time that this calendar, like when people are in different time zones, these calendars get like sometimes for some people it works great. For some people there's some confusion around these calendars, where I don't know how Google shows it to them, but it's weird. So I was like, you know what? Hold my energy drink, right? Hold my energy drink. Hold my tokens. All right, I'm not letting anybody hold my tokens. I'm just saying, like that is not happening. No one's holding my tokens, all right? But I was like, I'm gonna see if I can use N8N to build a workflow for when I get certain emails, like maybe consultation emails, like consultation appointment emails, business appointment emails, that you take that email and you send a follow-up email saying, oh, and I can use AI to write it. Oh, thank you for booking a consultation or whatever. Just want to send this as a confirmation that we'll be meeting on this date and at this time in this particular time zone. That way, I don't have to be like babysitting my calendar to make sure that, like, oh, okay, I'm meeting with this person. Let me go send them a follow-up to make sure that they have the right time zone. Because the people show up to the meeting. It's just that sometimes like there's some type of miscommunication where I'll show up early and they'll show up later because on their calendar they saw something else. I might show up, or they might show up early and think that I missed the call. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna build a workflow while I am away. Next, I'm gonna log into my DigitalOcean installation of N8N, and I am going to build my workflow that's going to automatically respond to people who send appointment emails, so they can confirm that they have the right time zone. Look at that.
Freaking awesome.
And I have to give credit to my guy Wave Nerd, because he's the one who opened my eyes, who let me see the way to the land of token addiction. It's true. It is true. Let's see. I got my guy Spaces in the building. Spaces like, yo, what's up, Spaces? How is it going? What's good? What's happening? It says, are you giving away merch like Mika? Negative, Ghostwriter. I am not giving away merch like Mika. Not today, at least. Not today, at least. It is what it is. Look. We're in a business here. If I give away merch today, then I'll get a bunch of people who come today, and then they won't show up tomorrow or on Sunday or on Monday, and that is a negative, Ghostwriter. Nope, not happening. Sorry, not sorry. All right, it is what it is. Plus, it will not benefit my token addiction. But how you doing, Spaces? How are you doing? So happy to see you. All right. And also, Wave Nerd gave me a lecture, a very good lecture, by the way. I took notes, or my AI took notes. He also told me that nothing's free. There was also a song on the Little John album that was called "Nothing's Free," but we're not going to get to that song. But Wave Nerd said we don't give anything away for free, because when you give it away for free, it is not appreciated. So blame Wave Nerd. Blame Wave Nerd of why there is nothing free. All right. Oh my God. I am so silly. This says glass half empty kind of guy. I am not a glass half empty kind of guy. I am more of the type of guy who would be like, who left this half empty glass anyways, right? Like who put it there? Why is it there? How did it get there? What's the quality of the water? Can I test it? Could I repackage it and sell it in a, because look, if the glass is half empty, right? Could I take one of those 8-ounce bottles and put that 8-ounce bottle in there, and then maybe now it's a full bottle that I can probably sell to somebody, although it'd be used water. Anyways, let me not go on a tangent. About that. All right. Oh my goodness. Miss Freckle says Techo Drop plays no games. I ain't really here to play no games. Yeah. You know that. You guys know that song. You guys know that song. It says people appreciate things when you make them work for it. Yup. Facts. All right. Let's get all right. We might have one to one and a half. Let's say one long. We have one long segment left, and I'll be checking the chat throughout this. But we look. Spaces, the stuff that I've been showing on this channel in the past few weeks, past month or so, and in the Patreon, I can say that Rod Brown did not answer me yesterday, unfortunately, which it's fine. It's fine. I understand, brother Rod Brown. But he didn't answer when I asked the question. The homeschool app that I've been working on this channel, how much would you quote somebody to build it for them? The other app, like the apps that I saw that Wave Nerd showed me, easily 20 grand worth of work. So there goes your giveaway. Your giveaway is like this N8N. It's automatically posting to my Twitter post, to my X feed. There goes your free right there.
Freaking awesome!
All right, let's get one more long segment in the books. All right, I'll throw a 20.
It's time to do.
I'll throw a 20 at it. All right, let's go to over here, and let's go to. All right, so this right here is not, and this is the issue that I had last time with Perplexity. So here it's the original data is here. How is it? So this is get economic data, and now it's going to parse the economic indicators. It's taking it from okay. So we got that. Parties, employment, inflation, yada yada. Parties category. Indicators. Economic data. Original data, economic data. Unique indicators. Return JSON results. So raw text. Numbers. What is numbers supposed to be? What is numbers supposed to be? Get categories, raw text, line trim, numbers, number match, slice, line trim. So let's do. All right, so we're gonna do this. I'm going to take I think in the parse economic indicators, return total indicators, 5 indicators, unique indicators, original data. So if I go to, see, I need this here. And if I was to say, all right, so I'm going to go to Manus. I'm going to say, which field in the process indicators node is supposed to have the economic indicators data. Data. Let's see. So the issue that I'm seeing is that, and this is the same issue that I had when I was doing it myself, is that it's not breaking apart properly the results from Perplexity, because Perplexity loves to use Markdown. Based on the code structure, okay. You see what I mean? So this is what's supposed to be here, right? This is what's supposed to be here. Raw text. That's what I thought, right? But I'm getting just this in the raw text. So, all right, gotcha. So this is, so I'm going to say, this, so this is what I'm getting in raw text. It's not giving me the full data. So there is an issue when parsing from Perplexity because of their Markdown. This is what is in the raw text field. Let me go here, and I'm gonna say, so now I'm gonna say this is what I have. This is an example. This is an example of the original data that it is using to parse. Can we, if I could do code, can we find a way to properly parse the Markdown? Or can we fix the prompt to Perplexity so that it is easily parsable by this node? This type of thinking on how to work through these issues, you are not going to find that anywhere else, all right? You're not gonna, like, because you have like, there's so much different software and technical thinking that has to go into this stuff, right? All right, so yeah, I see the issue. The Markdown formatting from Perplexity is causing the parser to only capture headers instead of actual data. Let me provide two solutions: an improved parser and a better Perplexity prompt. Maybe we'll just do both. We'll do both. Improved Perplexity prompt. Let's go with, that is smart. That's what I tried to do last time. Let's go to, so that's what I tried to do on my own last time. So improve perplexity prompt. I am going to take this right here. And I am going to perplexity. And we're going to say for the system. And then for the user. So you see how it's prompting it? It's saying, you're an expert economic analyst and text, and then it says, for each indicator, provide the data in a simple parsable format without markdown formatting. Use this exact format, right? So it's saying use this exact format. That's its system prompt. And then it is saying content list this week's in this format for each indicator, right? Followed by a colon. So, and then the other thing that's going to be important is to I didn't set these things up actually, so we're going to set those up too. Let's go to here and we're going to pass in that. And where is the properties? Let's go to temperature 0.01, as they said. We are going to also say add, where is this one? This is called max tokens, 2,500. And we also want to get the search mode and search recency filter. Okay. Search recency filter week. And then search, no, not search domain. We don't want that. We want, what was it called? We want search mode. Where is search mode? Is there a search mode? I don't see a search mode. I have a search domain filter. Well, we'll leave it at that. Well, I guess it should know to search the web. I don't know. Let's execute. Hopefully this fixes that part. Nice, much better looking. Although I don't really see the formatting all that much. Huh, all right, let's see what happens. Let's go to parse indicators and we are going to update that to here. And if we place that in here, execute. And look at that, boom, employment, raw inflation, header text, yada, yada, yada. Exactly what we wanted. All right, cool. So let's move on. Let's go over to break down the numbers, execute previous nodes. So we are not going to get to, I don't think we're going to get to the marketing flow, but what I'll probably do is just record a video for that on its own. And maybe I'll make that a software expiration at some point. But I don't think we're gonna, like, just time is running. We're not even done with this one. So maybe I'll just finish this one on its own while I'm away and do the other one for too. A lot of work to do. But I can't wait for this to be done. It's going to be so cool, especially when choosing the voices that's going to be breaking this down. I got some test tokens from, sweet. Look at that, break these down. Oh, that is so cool. You're an expert about employment for 8th graders, and then break down the. Oh, that's going to be so cool. I can't wait to see this. Inflation. Well, I think it's kind of combining stuff. Yeah, it's kind of combined. It's not. Perplexity is not giving me the right outcome. It's better than it was, but it's not the right outcome. You see what I mean? Because it's supposed to be about inflation. It's combining consumer. So I'll keep working on getting the parser to work better, but this is good enough for now. So we have that. We're breaking down the numbers and combine analysis. Let's see what this is going to do. Car. This was deep dive 1 maybe. Let's see, relatable examples. Generate relatable examples. Process each indicator. Deep dive research 1. Let's try to see that again. Okay. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it's not taking too many Manus credits. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'll just make another prompt and get 100 more credits. All right, let's see. But not for real. Like all the videos I saw on YouTube talking about Manus and how great it is, I have to agree. It is pretty damn good. All right, undefined. Cannot read properties of undefined reading 0. What is undefined? Generate relatable examples. Research 1. Process each indicator. It doesn't give good error messages on. Oh, wait. Ha, that's why. This one right here. So this just needs to be, this is a problem. Break down the, I think I put a capital T. Break down the numbers. Let's try that again. Shout out to Digital Kuya Nimbus. What's up? What's happening? How are you doing today? Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day to you. Let me check on the we're almost there. We are almost there. We're at 160 degrees. We are at 160 degrees. And we have to get to like 165, 170-ish before we can wrap the beautiful, beautiful pork shoulder and wrap it and try to get to 200. So we're waiting. It's been on there since last night, to be honest with you. What is going on here? Node. All right, let me see. Original indicator. Deep dive research. Relatable examples. Can't. All right, let me say on the combined indicator analysis. Before I even do that, I'm going to go ahead and change all of these right here. So let's go to old. Go here, change that name to 1, to just like that. And let's leave that as is. Change that to lowercase t like the other one was. Just so I can be, because like I don't want to have any big differences with I don't want to have any big differences with what Manus is saying. So I want it to be as close and accurate as possible. So if I put all of these over here, and all of these look good, I go over here. Let's take a look at this. Process each indicator. Okay, that looks correct. Break down the numbers. I don't understand. All right, so now try one more time. We get an error here. Then I am going to put this into cannot read properties of undefined. All right, so I'm getting this error. Let's go. Wait a second. Constant original indicator. You're able to find this one. Let me see. On the, that's why I wanted you to just do it yourself, Manus. On the combined indicator analysis, I am getting this error. When executing. I'm definitely gonna drop some more money on Manus, and I'll probably end up getting Manus for the entire year plan because it's just that good. Manus, like, I really like it. Zara is trying to access data from previous nodes that might not be available or structured as expected. Let me fix the JavaScript code for this node. All right, cool, fix it.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
Lunch break? We ain't having no lunch break. We're just gonna work right through it. We are gonna work right through it. My guy Digital Queer Nimbus said, hope all is well and busy, happy 4th as well. Shout out to Digital Queer Nimbus. Let's see. And you guys go check out the Captivity album. That is really, really my favorite album now. I know I say that every time, but that is really my favorite album. All right, let's go ahead and copy this. Copy, y'all. Copy. And I'm gonna paste that in here. And we got all these. Try that one. Let's see what happens. We're not getting errors for those. Relatable example. Okay, that's it. So that'll at least if it doesn't work, it'll give us a better error message, I should say, so that we can actually try to break down what. So at least like number breakdown. Well, it's not a better error message, but it's going to tell us like what the issue is. Hopefully, so I don't know. We shall see. Oh, okay. It does. It will give us a better error message, like error in combined indicator. And oh, but we don't need the error message. We out here. All right. Let's go to. All right, we got that. So I will go back and fix the prompt for N8N afterwards. Not for N8, but for Perplexity afterwards. But now aggregate all content. Let me see if this one's gonna work, because that one might not. It worked. All right, cool. Aggregate all content. Hopefully. Name unknown. On the aggregate all content, let's say on the aggregate all content node, I'm getting category and name unknown. So I have so it's giving me this part right here, the explanation, but I don't know if I should be getting any of these though. Is that the expected behavior? I think my background in software testing makes me question all of these things. Is that how this is supposed to work? That in case the data flow through your workflow isn't correct, the aggregate all content node is receiving fallback errors. What you should see instead. Can you check the parse economic indicators node is outputting if it's not finding any indicators, that would explain why you're getting this fallback. The split in batches node isn't configured correctly. What do you see when you execute the parse nodes indicator? All right, let's go check the parse nodes. And I don't think, like, going back to the Gemini comparison, I don't know if Gemini would go into that level of detail with you, try to work this out. I just don't know if Gemini would be able to do that for you. Because Manus is trained to like current events and able to go to a bunch of different places, while Gemini is just trained on its own model, from what I would say. All right, so in the parse economic indicators, what are you asking me for? You're asking me for, can you check the parse is outputting? If it's not finding indicators, that would explain why you're getting fallback. Let me get it as JSON. Let's copy that. This is what the parse economic indicators node is outputting. So I put JSON because it would be easier to put to send it as JSON instead of copying and pasting the other text in there. Let's see. I found one indicator. So that's what I thought. I thought it was weird, right? I found one indicator, employment, but it incorrectly put all indicators in the raw text field of that single employment indicator. It should have 6 different ones. All right, that's what I thought. I'm like, something looks wrong, right? The fix improve perplexity prompt I gave you earlier. I did use the improve perplexity prompt. Replace your parse, or unless you're saying that is the correct perplexity prompt. Let me create a better parser that handles this specific format. Well, that's the format that, all right. So replace your parse with this, replace your parse indicators with this new parse. Let me say this. I did use the improved perplexity prompt that you provided me. I got a bad joke. I got a bad joke. I'm gonna keep it to myself. So I hear that people like name their I won't even do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not trying to get in trouble, okay? It says, I see the improved perplexity prompt is working perfectly. It's giving you the exact category, date, format we wanted. The improved complexity prompt is working. All right, cool. So the problem, the current parser is still using old logic that was designed for Markdown. It only found one. All right, cool. The solution, format parser. Let's go with code. Why can't give me the code in here? Oh, come on. All right, let's go with this one. Downloads. Where's downloads? Annoying much? Let's go to downloads. Open with web store. Stay in light edit. Copy that over here. And we're going to go over here. And we are going to go to here. Execute step. Table. Category employment. Information. Inflation. Information. GDP. Information. Sweet. All right, we're good here. So let's go all the way to over here. Let's do this. Let's run that. Let's just go for the gusto. Let's go for the gusto. Home run, grand slam, hole in one. Let's go out there. Let's go out there and get it.
Let's get it.
So I was gonna say, right? Would I be wrong if I named my AI tools? I can't do it. Toby? Oh God, I did it. Damn it.
Hey, a wise guy, eh?
You guys didn't hear that. You guys didn't hear that, right? You didn't hear the name. You guys didn't hear that. My name is Manus. No. First cannot be used on undefined value. All right, let's see what we got going on over here. Let's see what we got. You see, I still have unknown. All right, let's go back a little bit. Let's go and look at over here. Category unknown, name unknown, indicator. Something in the parsing isn't working correctly. Let's see what happened here. First cannot be used on undefined values. So, okay, so here we having some issues here. Wait, what? Well, let me get this name in here as well. And explaining employment economic concepts. All right, let's go there. First cannot be used. What first are you talking about? First cannot be used on undefined value. What is undefined? I see these are defined. All right, let's execute that. Let's go one by one. Okay, so that's good, right? Employment. All right, we got that. Let's go one by one. And we have that employment. And we have the deets for the employment. Let's see. So we have that. And we go over to break down the numbers. We got our numbers. However, for my user, sweet. All right, cool. We got that. I'm just going through it step by step systematically to make sure it gets everything that we need. We got that. Combine the indicators. Okay. Let's execute that. All right, we got, so now I'm getting unknown. All right, cool, perfect. So let's see where this is happening. Original indicator. All right, so let's do copy this on, we're going to say on combine indicator analysis. I am getting this JSON that has unknown indicator, no raw data. No raw data, etc. Paste the content. Let's go with that. All right, I can see the issue. Maybe it's going to give us a better way to break it down. Can you execute generate relatable examples node and see if you get any errors? If any errors, the good news is that the data is flowing. All right. So it says check the generate relatable examples. So the generate relatable examples is giving me we will say the generate relatable examples is giving me this. Oops. All right, it's working. Great analogies with dodgeball and video games that 8th graders can relate to. I love me some dodgeball. All right, so the fixed OpenAI structure is different than expected. Let me give you the corrected combined indicator. All right, fair enough. So it was not, so it's correct, but it wasn't expecting the, it wasn't expecting the way that it is, basically, right? Let's go to, I really like Manus, I must say. Let's go to here and we save that one, and we're gonna open that one and I copy that. We're gonna go, because I suck at JavaScript. I'm gonna tell you that. I suck at JavaScript. So if it can take care of my JavaScript for me, then do not threaten me with a good time. Let's see what we get now. So now imagine this does the whole workflow for you. And then on my DigitalOcean, I could probably install like some type of FFmpeg or something that will, or maybe I can use the ShotStack API to, I don't know. I would use the HeyGen, but I don't feel like paying $1 million for HeyGen to do avatar podcasts. It'd be really cool though. Let's see. we're still getting that. What if I... So this is good. But this one, even with using theirs, I'm not getting the... All right, where's your category? Let's see this. Category. Category original indicator dot category. So original indicator is up here. Process each indicator data dot JSON. I wish I could actually see the JSON that it's doing. So process each indicator data is process each indicator first. .json. Deep dive. Is that how you're able to get this? Detailed explanation. Detailed explanation. There should be another one in there. Deep dive content. Deep dive content. Deep dive content. Deep dive content. So if I can take the format of the deep dive content, apply it to deep dive data, deep dive research, generate relatable examples. So use first, use first. So I'm going to copy that and copy the whole thing. Copy, wait a second. Indicator analysis. Output data copied. And I'm going to say that it's still not getting data correctly. I think it's having trouble finding the process each indicator node, or it's having, let me paste that in there. I think it's having trouble finding the category, finding data when using dot first. Is there another way to reference the nodes? All right, we are going to wrap it up. We're very close, though. We are very close. We are right at the point of generating a script. And format enhance script, generate. So then the next step is going to be to generate the podcast, check audio status, looping until it's ready, send notification that it is ready, and go from there. All right. But we do got to go. We do have to go. We have the bug bite coming up in about less than 10 minutes. I will be in the chat. The first method might not be working correctly in the loop context. Please let me check what you're getting. Let me check what you're getting and provide alternate ways to reference the node data. Oops, what's happening here? All right. Just copy that. Go here. Execute step. But you see how I told you, like, I think this might be the problem, and it's like, okay, let me check that. All right, let me see if I can find a different way to do it. So it's trying to, like, it's trying to do it in a bunch of different ways to see if it can, like, if it gets not, like, can't find it. No, let me try this way, that way, until it does find it, hopefully. And if it can't find it in any of those ways, then it just does, all right, sorry, nothing I can do for you there. But we will leave it at that, and I will let you know how that all works out. I do got to get out of here. I really, really, really appreciate everyone for tuning in on this beautiful, beautiful 4th of July. I hope you guys enjoy it, celebrate the beautiful freedom that we have in this amazing, big, and beautiful country of ours. Let me see what I want to do. I want to do this one. All right, cool. It's not working. I don't know. But that's it. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys, like, do me a favor on your way out. If you have not done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. Remember, 25% off at merch.techcotrap.dev. Are you a token fiend like me? When I get a new token, that's how it be. That's how it is. All right. I am.
You're such a nerd.
I am such a nerd, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It is awesome.
Freaking awesome.
Check out techcotrap.dev if you want to participate in all of the extracurricular activities that we do, like vibe coding on the weekend, snorting my tokens. As we know how we do. Always working, always winning. That's the plan. That is the plan. All right. But I'm out of here. I will see you guys at some point when I get back. Maybe not this coming Monday, maybe the following Monday. Maybe you'll see me next week. I don't know. It just depends on the internet, depends on the atmosphere around me. But that is it. That is it. TechcoTrap. We are out.
People watch as the clock ticks by, but I'm the storm in the endless sky. I'll climb the mountain, no matter the slope. Fueled by hunger, fueled by hope.
They sit and watch as the clock just spins, but I'm out here chasing where it begins. I don't need luck, I don't need a sign, just a fire in my soul and a dream that's mine.
All I wanna do is win it all. Climb every mountain, never let me fall. Bet it all on me, I'm the one who rise. I'll break the limits and touch the sky.
I'm betting it all, no second glance. Got fire in my soul, I'll take the chance. No time for sitting, no time to stall. The world is spinning, I'll have it all.
They say the world just turns and waits, but I've got no time for those debates. The fire in my chest, it burns so bright. I'll take the dark and turn it to light. All I wanna do is win it all. Climb every mountain, never let me fall. Bet it all on me, I'm the one who rise. I'll break the limits and touch the sky. No retreat. dream too well, too bold, but I'll write my story in lines of gold.
All I wanna do is win it all. Climb every mountain, never let me fall. Bet it all on me, I'm the one who rise. I'll break the limits and touch the skies. Touch the skies. No fear in losing, no time to doubt. Every whisper, I'll drown it out. I'll rise higher with every stride. The flame of passion, my only guide.
Every step I took alone, built a kingdom all my own. No more shadows pulling strings. I am light, I am wings.
I walked away, no chains to bind. I left the past, I cleared my mind. The road was rough, the skies were gray, but I broke free, I found my way.
I walked away, I broke the chain, left behind their endless rain. Tried my best to make it fit, but their world wasn't it. Now I'm free, running strong, I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
Now I'm free, running strong, I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust.
Freedom's
Here and I can trust.
I tried my best, I gave my all, but their world was too small. They couldn't see beyond their walls, so I chose to rise, not let myself fall.
Saw their ways a hollow sound. No real love was ever found. Left them there where they belong. Now my heart beats twice as strong.
Now I'm free, running strong, I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
Now I'm free, running strong, I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
Their whispers fade like distant songs. I found my voice where I belong. No anchors now, no shadows stay. I face the sun, a brighter day.
They wanted walls, I wanted skies. I couldn't live their tangled lies. Now I'm soaring, winds at play, dancing light in every way.
Now I'm free, running strong, I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
Now I'm free, running strong, I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
I'm free, I'm running wild, like the laughter of a child. Free from their weight, I can breathe. This is my time to believe. I'm free, I'm running wild, like the laughter of a child. Free from their weight, I can breathe. This is my time to believe.
land of the free, the home of the brave. Through the storms we rise, through the winds we wave. We stumbled, we fall, but still we stand. There's no better place than this promised land.
From the mountains high to the prairie's edge, to the rivers wide where the eagles pledge. This is the land that holds our dreams, a patchwork quilt with golden seams.
The small town streets, the city lights, the mountain peaks, the starry nights. We've got our scars, but that's the truth. A story of strength in the land of you.
Oh, we've got our scars, but we wear them proud. Through the darkest nights we've never bowed. No storm can break what's built so strong. This is our home, where we all belong.
Fields of amber, skies are blue. Every hand here has work to do. We stumble, fall, but we rise again. This is the heartland where hope won't end.
Oh, we've got our scars, but we wear them proud. Through the darkest nights we've never bowed. No storm can break what's built so strong. This is our home, where we all belong. Through trials deep, through fires and rain, we stand as one. Endure the pain, our spirits fierce. Our hearts are free, forever strong. Our destiny.
So here's to the future, bright and true. We'll carry the torch for me and you. United we are through thick and thin. In this great nation we always win.
Oh, we've got our scars, but we wear them proud. Through the darkest nights we've never bowed. No storm can break what's built so strong. This is our home, where we all belong. From the rivers wide to the desert sands, we've built our dreams. With these two hands we might bend, but we never break. A spirit of hope no storm can take.